How to gain confidence in your speech. Everybody wants confidence, but not everyone is willing to put in all the work that it takes. And it takes a lot of work. I used to think that I had a good conversation. Oh, now I'm on my way. I'm feeling good. I felt like I was gaining confidence. And then one bad conversation, one bad moment of stuttering, and another, and boom, and like shreds of confidence just went away. I always hoped that I would improve my speech, and I finally decided I had to put in the work, and it would be the hardest project I would ever take on in my life, but it became the most satisfying too. I learned in this process that the brain is a tough taskmaster. You can think all you want, but if you really want to make progress, the brain says, prove it, show me, let's see what you've got. So this is what I did. After a lifetime of trying to take big leaps and heroic moving out of my comfort zones, I decided to take one small step at a time. Really small, baby steps small. I constructed a hierarchy. I set my goal. My goal was to be able to say my name. I thought if I could do that, then I could handle any situation and I wouldn't have to hide anymore if I could say my name. Here I am in my mid-50s. I was 55 and I'd still not been able to say my name. Couldn't introduce myself. It was like I was age 5 again. There was no difference between 5 or 55. So that was my top goal. That was my top goal, to say my name. And then I went back to the bottom of the sheet and I said, okay, what are my easiest things? The easiest thing for me, I thought, would be, could I read by myself? Now, in the past, I had not been able to read by myself without pretty heavy stuttering. When I was in my teens, I remember very clearly. Couldn't read by myself, couldn't talk by myself. So this was the first step for me, and I would use my breathe emphasized phrase, my mechanics, to get me through that. So we've already gone through the mechanics in previous videos. We've gone through the psychology in the previous videos. Now let's get to work on what really makes a difference. Going after your speaking situations one small step at a time. And so I constructed this hierarchy. It went something like this: reading by myself, talking by myself, talking with the easiest people in my life. My wife was the easiest, my kids, easy situations with my friends, easy situations at work, on and on and on. And I found that by taking these really small steps, that I could score victories. And for the first time in my life, I was feeling good about this. I was scoring one small success at a time. And I found that if I do it in rapid succession, build on it, not just one time, but in rapid succession, over and over, slowly increasing the difficulty and moving toward my goal. And I found there were really no insignificant steps, as long as it was toward my goal. Even if it was so small it would seem insignificant, it wasn't. And that's how I built confidence. And I built so much confidence, I was beginning to expect successes. And that's when I developed what I call the success habit. I began to feel like I could win every time. And I worked through speaking situations on and on up my hierarchy that used to paralyze me. And this was such a triumph. So even though it was hard work, it was the work of my lifetime. It was a thrill. It was like I was knocking down doors. And that's how I built true confidence, the kind that lasts.